I recently gave this workshop and it's already done, delivered, so I felt like, why not put it here for anyone who might care to see it? Hi, I'm Rachel Krevling. I am a Wharton certified AI strategist and I like to talk about this stuff. So if you're a leader and you need to gain the technical edge, come with me. We're going to talk about the first thing today, the AI stack, simplified. What exactly powers AI? Okay, you may have heard the term stack, but if you haven't, think of it like building blocks. You're just stacking building blocks. If you use a computer, you have a tech stack. Your data layer is like your customer information, your infrastructure is like the actual PC, the model is your operating system, and then your apps. Obviously, everybody knows what apps are. Like anything we stack, we're gonna start from the bottom up, so let's talk about the data layer first. AI is only as good as the data it is trained on. You ask it a question, it gives you an answer based on the data it was trained on. There are a few types of data. I've listed 3 here. That's not all there is, but we're going to start here. There's public, which is basically anything listed online that isn't password protected. There's proprietary, so things like password protected, medical records, financial records, you get the picture. And then there's synthetic data, which is used for testing. I want to give you actual examples of different types. So let's say your company is using AI to recommend the best place to host a company party. Odds are it will aggregate data from websites like Yelp and TripAdvisor. That's all public. Let's say you build a custom chatbot to answer your internal comms questions for sales and all of those types of things. That's going to be built on your proprietary data. And synthetic data is like, let's say there are 1 million real customer interactions with very similar questions and very similar answers. AI will use those real instances to create simulations, statistically what's most likely to happen based on all this real stuff that they have, and train itself. It's called fine-tuning to get better and better at answering questions. There is a data shortage. I know, it's hard to believe, that's a different video. But there's a data shortage, and so synthetic data is this tool's way of getting better and better based on what it already knows. Okay, we're onto the infrastructure layer. This is the power source, and it's metaphorical and it's literal. It covers everything that makes AI tools work behind the scenes, from where your data is stored to the processing chips to security and maintenance, and then obviously at the very top, I have listed energy. The ethical implications of this layer, from the geopolitical implications to energy use, it's all in this layer. And when you hear that phrase, the AI arms race, this is pretty much what they're talking about. Whoever figures this out, compute and energy, will likely win that race. That said, model development is almost as important, and that is the next layer. So let's go to that. Models are the brains of all the apps that we are starting to get used to using. You've heard of ChatGPT, Grok. Those are apps built on models. ChatGPT is built on OpenAI's model, currently 4.1. These, am I recording? These, I should edit that out, but I won't. These are referred to as the frontier models, which essentially make up the foundation for every app that's being created from here on out. Don't quote me on that. There are going to be some other models that are used, but typically speaking, for example, do you ever use Microsoft and Copilot's like, I can help you with that? Microsoft just wrapped up the GPT model in their infrastructure. Okay, we're almost done with models. LLMs, large language models, which are what I've listed here, are just one type. If you've ever put something in ChatGPT related to design and you get like diddly squat, that's because those models are designed to generate text. So each model has its own specialty, its own use case, but every model, no matter its skill set, falls into one of these 2 categories. It's either open source or closed proprietary. Open source means that any developer can see the model's code, modify it to create custom apps. It's really great for collaboration and innovation. Proprietary models, closed. Developers can still use them to create apps on top of, but they can't modify what's going on in the model. In fact, oftentimes they can't even see what's going on in the model. So, ethical dilemma. We have reached the layer that most of us are familiar with, the end user layer. This is where the apps and the agents live. Apps are just another fancy word for software. So in addition to everything we've already talked about, this section also encompasses all of the cool advancements in medical software, like AI technology that a radiologist would use to read scans more efficiently. That falls into there. AI agents, let's talk about those. Agentic AI, or digital employees, takes this a step further. You do not have to continually prompt or ask them to do things. You train them what you want them to do, and then they just do it. I think the easiest way to get my head around an AI agent is to think of it like a robot or piece of machinery on the factory floor. So someone took a lot of time to build that machine and write the software that would run it and train it and fine tune it, et cetera, et cetera. But once that's done, it knows how to build the car or the engine. Someone doesn't have to be down there like pressing the button, "Can you build an engine?" every single time. I'll give you a quick example. An AI agent that I'm starting to see everywhere is the AI note taker. If you ever host or attend video conferences, you will likely start to see that if you haven't already. That's an AI agent. You know, it listens to what you're doing, it summarizes it, it sends this beautifully accurate email to all of the attendees automatically. No one needs to tell it what to do. It just does it. Okay, now you know. So if you're not a leader and you stuck around this entire time, thank you. If you are a leader and you have follow-up questions, hit me with them. And look forward to seeing you on the next series iteration, Key AI Concepts for Leaders. See ya!